Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. I am your host for today's live stream. My name is Connor, and I want to welcome everybody to today's stream. Happy Sunday. Hope everybody's having an amazing weekend. Big shout out to the global Crypto Empire audience watching from around the world right now. This is the moment you have been waiting for. Big shout out to All Day Dre, McNaz96 in here nice and early. We also got our guy Tintin saying g'day, good morning from Australia. What is going on, Tintin? Good to see you, my friend. And we got Jazzy saying alpha incoming. Jazzy, big shout out to you for always being here in the live streams. We also got our guy Woody saying hi, Connor, Crypto Empire. Hi, Crypto Empire fam. Looking forward to another great Sunday live stream with Connor. Thank you, Woody. Good to see you. We got our guy Dalton Moore in the building saying champs are here. Absolutely. Good to see you, Dalton. We got Rigoberto Chavez Jr. We got GT Nuts. We got Reverend Flashback. The whole gang is here. Smash up that like button and let's get right into it. Big shout out to David W. saying, what up, Doe? Let's start things off with our crypto market overview. Then we'll hop into the charts and discuss what is happening right now in the crypto market because Bitcoin's pulling back a little bit. Let's talk about how low Bitcoin is going to go. So looking at the overall crypto market, Bitcoin trading for $22,894. We have Ethereum trading for $1,617. And a little bit of a pullback today, as you can see, down 2% on Bitcoin, 3.7% on Ethereum. If we look at our gainers and losers, a lot of altcoins are bleeding out right now. As we see with our losers on the day, a whole bunch of green. A bunch of altcoins are still popping off. However, a lot of red at the same time, right? We can see on the left side of the screen with our gainers, bunch of low caps, artificial intelligence coins still pumping. Fetch, Phoenix Global, another artificial intelligence coin. We got Singularity. So a lot of AI still pumping, up 20% plus. And then on the right side of the screen, we have a lot of pullbacks. A lot of these altcoins down double digits on the day. Overall, market conditions are choppy, to say the least right now. What do I mean by choppy? Well, let's take a look at the price chart and go over Bitcoin, and then we'll get into our altcoins. So if we look at Bitcoin, let's start things off zoomed out. I like to start zoomed out. We will look at the weekly price chart, and then we'll move our way back into the lower time frames. So if we look at Bitcoin here on the weekly price chart, it is awfully clear what is happening. We have the $25,000 level, previous support, now resistance. We also have this supply zone. This supply zone goes back to the August of 2022. Little bit of a bear market rally we had back there where Bitcoin actually went ahead and tested $25,000. This was at the time of the Ethereum merge, right? Some bullish narratives in the market pushed the price up, but that was the top. And then we went to the low of the bear market down here at $15,437. Now we are back up and we just tested that range high supply zone at 24K. All right, this is major resistance. This is a multi-month supply level. This is the top of the curve on the chart. So there's no real surprise why Bitcoin is struggling to get above that level. However, at the same time, let's not forget the bullish momentum that actually carried us here. Right, we pretty much teleported from $16,000 up here to 24K. In a month's time with no pullbacks at all. Right, on my stream last Thursday, we kind of discussed how the biggest pullback on the way up was 5 to 6%. And we can see that here in the lower time frame 4-hour chart. Right, we had this one pullback in this 1 4-hour period of 3%. Then we pump up, we have this kind of consolidation pullback, right? And we went as low as 6% on this one. And now more recently, we have this current pullback from the high to the current price. We're down around 5%. Those were the biggest pullbacks we've had. In a bull market, it's very normal to get pullbacks of anywhere from 10 to 15% before actually continuing the trend higher. Now, to me, this is the 10 to 15% pullback that is playing out in the charts right now. A lot of people are extremely fearful. A lot of people are saying that the entire rally is now over and we're going to go to new lows, etc., etc., etc. The economy, data, they're looking for a reason of why we are going to head to new lows. Now, I personally do not believe we are headed to new lows. I think this is just a healthy pullback for the Bitcoin price before we do march higher and ultimately get towards our first kind of macro target, which is my teal line on the chart here, $28,500. As we see on our way down, right on our way down in 2022 in that bear market, 28K was a major support level. Once we broke through 28K, it was essentially straight down. So this is an inefficiency that is yet to be filled up here at $28,000. That's our first level. And then really the start of when everything started to fall apart in 2022. When Luna first went down, that was the first big domino to fall. Bitcoin at that time was trading for around $37,000 to $38,000 up here. All right, so ultimately my stance has not changed. I still expect Bitcoin to get to these price levels over the next few months, but that does not mean we're going to have some nice 10 to 15% pullbacks along the way. And again, likely this is the start of the first one. So now let's talk about the local price action and talk about our levels to kind of go off trading, right? On the smaller time frames. And here we are looking at the 2-hour price chart, and it's very clear what's happening, right? Bitcoin got up here and we were making continuous higher highs on the price action, right? We had our first high over here at 23,400. Next we had 23,800. Then we had 23,950, and then we got up to $24,200 up here. So we were making continuous higher highs, but at the same time, the price action was losing strength. We were pushing higher and higher and higher. If I pull up the RSI, it's very clear to see. It's actually better on the 4-hour. On the 4-hour, it's very clear that as the price was pushing up higher and higher and higher, it was losing momentum, it was losing strength, right? This is called bearish divergence, price action making higher highs, RSI making higher lows, pointing to the fact that, likely the rally is losing steam. And also this structure, this is called the rising wedge, this is bearish. Okay, so that is starting to now play out with the break of the trend line here. And this took place at $23,500. From there, we have gone ahead and made our way down to this support level at $22,760 approximately. Right? Notice how we topped out when the rally was first starting. This is just kind of some basic price action principles that I think is very important to go over, especially for anybody trading the market, so that you can spot this in the future. But anyway, when we were rallying higher, we topped out basically our first resistance on that rally here at $22,750 approximately. And as we see, this level was used as support and resistance multiple times. Now in our fall down this morning, we use this level again at $22,760 as support. We are bouncing here, all right? So this is the first key support level that we can go off of to essentially determine what is going to happen next year, right? Because if we lose this level at $22,760, I'm very confident we are going to come down and at least test this green demand zone on the chart. And I need to drop it down. This demand zone is formed right here in the 1-hour. If I drop this down to a 1-hour chart, we can see the obvious rally-based rally structure in there. Right, so that is our demand zone for Bitcoin locally. So again, if we lose this level right here, 22,760, we are coming down to this green demand zone, but I don't think that will be the end of it, right? Because again, I'm expecting 10 to 15% here on the chart. And if we get 10 to 15%, where is that actually going to take us? Well, I'll show you. If we get that 10 to 15%, 10% is going to be right here at 21,800. And then realistically, we also want to use price action. We don't just want to go basically all off percentages. But on our rally up higher, this was resistance. Resistance will flip to support. And this is at around $21,500 to $21,250. And this is kind of right in that level between 10 and 15%, right? If we get a move in here, it's going to be around a 11, 12, 13% pullback. All right, so this is really the main spot I'm looking for. I think it's wise to essentially, unless you're already in a short from higher, to sit on your hands, right? If you were already in a short from higher, GG, right? Hold on to that because I think we do go lower. Watch for a reclaim here of this local resistance level and possibly a test of these kind of previous support now resistance up here at 23,200. But ultimately speaking, again, my stance is that we go lower, all right? Support is holding for now. And if it does continue to hold, that is great. But I'm not longing this support right here at 22,760, right? I, again, am waiting for this 10 to 15% pullback to play out. and that takes us into this gray zone. Now again, I don't just pick random spots on the chart. I want to have multiple reasons for a trade, right? The more reasons that you have to take a particular trade, the better off that trade usually is. If you just have one reason on a whim that you want to enter into a position, most likely it's not a very wise position to take. So another tool I like to use is the Fibonacci. And if we pull the fib from the high to the low here, right? If I pull it to these lows over here from the start of mid-December, right? Not going to the bear market low, because we made this one swing high and then we swing down again, right? So this is the local swing low that I'm going to take my fib to over here at $16,250. But anyways, if we look on the chart, our 38.2% retracement is again right here at $21,220. And that is right in my gray, you can call it a demand zone, you can call it a support area, but we have more confluence over here at $21,220. All right, so again, this is the level that you should mark on your chart. And if you were looking to essentially get long, this is where I would feel comfortable, right? Not until we get down here at around a 10 to 15% pullback. So again, not a good time to be levered up, not a good time to take on a lot of leverage. It is a good time to kind of sit back, observe, and wait, because this is all chop, right? Not a lot has really happened here. This is just up and down, up and down, up and down, meant to chop you up. Okay, so don't fall into that trap. Now, realistically speaking, we haven't fully broken structure. Okay, so we have to wait and see if this support is actually going to hold. I don't think it will, but we don't have a complete break in structure just yet. When we lose $22,000, that's when we have a full break in structure, because losing 22K would mean that we actually make new lows past these wicks. So keep an eye on that chart and mark out those key levels on your own. And this way you can just kind of block out all of the noise and just let the price action tell you what to do. The less noise, the better. Now, I also want to look at Ethereum, because Ethereum has been stronger than Bitcoin this past week. However, it has lost a very important level at $1,650. All right, as we see with my solid yellow line on the chart here, Ethereum, $1,650 is now below it. That is not good. That's no bueno, right? If we were going to push higher, Ethereum had to hold above 1650. I thought that we could, it was possible, right? The market is all probabilities. So I was suspecting, because Ethereum was looking so much stronger than Bitcoin, I was suspecting, we'll look at altcoins in 1 minute, just kind of stick with me as we get through our main market analysis before we hop into the altcoins and go over, altcoin trade ideas. But Ethereum was looking very strong this weekend. It was stronger than Bitcoin, right? It was hanging out above its local highs, trying to get to its next supply level, which on ETH is $1,800. But last night, things took a turn for the worst, and everything pulled back, including ETH. So with ETH below 1650, it took the one last push higher to this kind of range high supply zone at 1800 off the table. If we reclaim 1650, could be back on, but the way that kind of price broke structure here on the short-term time frames, what I mean by a break in structure is a break in this trend line, right? As soon as this trend line broke and we were below 1650, I knew that the rally to 1800 was off the table for this weekend. It looked like it wanted to do it, but it went ahead and pulled back. Now on ETH, it is still stronger than Bitcoin, right? Just if we compare the two very quickly, we go look at Bitcoin, it is slightly lower in terms of its market structure. ETH still holding a little bit stronger, but not really, right? A little bit higher up in the chop is what I'm trying to point to. Now on ETH, very clear kind of where our main levels are. Let's not forget, we had the FOMC meeting last Wednesday. On Wednesday, everything pumped, all right? Everything pumped to new highs. ETH went ahead and it pumped up here to $1,711. Just cleared this previous high, but notice how no candle body was able to close. But on that pump, a lot of traders that went long all have their stop losses in the same exact spot, right below that Wednesday low, right, where everything took off at 2 p.m. after the FOMC meeting, right? So a lot of traders that are long, still long, all have their stops in the same place, below this low over here at the time of the FOMC meeting this previous Wednesday. So in Ethereum, that's $1,552. So this is the spot on ETH. Also lines up very well with our support levels. Would not be surprised to see price go ahead and make its way down here on ETH to 1550. All right, that's kind of the main level. And breaking 1500, not suspecting that's going to happen. If we do get this next push higher, Ethereum is going to outperform Bitcoin. In the month of January, Bitcoin heavily outperformed Ethereum. Bitcoin was leading the show, but that has shifted. All right, Ethereum is now in control. I'm not expecting Ethereum to drop as hard as Bitcoin here. So again, all of the stops for the long traders that took longs on Wednesday, they all have their stops likely right underneath that Wednesday FOMC low. So that's a prime liquidity area on the chart that we want to watch for price to make its way to. All right, and on Ethereum, that's at $1,550. All right, so that's our main kind of analysis for Bitcoin and Ethereum. I know I just went over a lot, but I want you guys to have the key levels on your own charts. All right, I want you to be able to rely on your own charts to make your own decisions, essentially, and not just kind of look around everywhere and wonder what's happening, right? You should be able to read the price action and come to your own conclusions. Now, this still does concern me. I'm talking about the VIX. It's the volatility index for the stock market. The VIX, this is a weekly chart for the VIX here. And why it concerns me is because this is pretty low on the weekly chart. Now, when the VIX is going down, it's an inverse correlation to risk on assets. So when the VIX is going down, usually we see the stock market go up and we see crypto go up. When the VIX goes up, that signals that crypto is crashed. The most recent example of that would be in March of 2020 when the VIX spiked up to 85 over here. And that was, of course, a generational bottom in the cryptocurrency market as well as the stock market, right? And at that time, where was the VIX? The VIX was down here kind of at current levels at around 18 to 20. All right, the VIX right now is, again, it's at 18.3. This is quite low. This is a weekly chart. So from here, maybe it hangs out here a little bit longer, but at some point the VIX is likely going to turn around and start to head higher. That is going to be a risk-off period for cryptocurrency. So this is an active signal that I am watching, because when the VIX starts to spike, it's run for cover time in crypto, right? It can get very ugly very quickly, as we've seen in the past. March 2020, again, when the VIX spiked up here to 85, that's when Bitcoin bottomed out at 3,800. But it took a large tumble, right? It was trading at around $11,000. Next thing you know, you blink and it's at 3,800. And one way to kind of signal that is when the VIX starts to spike. So the VIX is low right now, definitely a little bit concerning, definitely something we need to keep our eyes on, because when it starts to reverse out of this gray zone, that would be a period of heavy risk off for crypto. And we want to make sure we're not caught in a trap on the long side of things when the VIX does reverse, because it will reverse. It's not going to stay down here forever, right? Markets are cyclical. A chart's a chart, right? Price action is price action. Right now, this is low. It will be high again eventually, all right? So we'll keep an eye on the VIX. Definitely a little bit concerning. Let's go over some more indexes before we get into our altcoins and some relevant crypto news updates and some more great stuff that I have planned for you for this live stream. If you are enjoying the stream so far, be sure to let me know by smashing that like button down below. And if you are brand new to Crypto Empire and you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead right now and smash that subscribe button down below and turn on all the notifications so that you don't miss any future videos. Now let's go ahead and move on. We're going to take a look at the total 2. Total 2 is the overall cryptocurrency market cap, excluding Bitcoin. All right, so this is Ethereum and all of the altcoins here. Reason I'm showing you the total 2 to start is because, like I said, Ethereum right now is in charge. Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin. I'm not expecting Ethereum to drop as low as Bitcoin here for this pullback. Now on the total 2, some great things have happened here over the past few weeks. This is a daily chart. Each one of these candles is representing one day in time. Now, we snapped this trend line, and we also got above this $550 billion level on the total too. All these are very bullish things. Okay, that's all good. And I can pull up some EMAs, such as the 200 and the 21 over here. All right, so on the daily, we want the 21 to cross over the 200 EMA. And the 21 here is the golden line. Notice how it has not crossed over yet, but it is getting awfully close. Now, an EMA cross is always going to be a lagging indicator, okay? Meaning that the breakout, the real explosive move, will have already started by the times that the EMAs actually go ahead and give you that bullish cross signal. Again, when the 21, the gold EMA, crosses over the red 200. Right? It's a lagging indicator. So if we want to front run that indicator, well, we need to go ahead and kind of take a little bit of risk because we don't have a confirmed signal just yet. Yeah, we broke some trend lines, we broke some horizontal resistance levels, but we don't have that EMA cross just yet. Now notice, if we go back in time a little bit, the last time these EMAs crossed was at the end of March in 2022. That's when Bitcoin topped out at 48 grand, and then it went to 16K, 15K, right? That was a local top, a bear market rally. That was the last time we had the EMA cross. Since then, 21 has been underneath the 200 for like a year, basically 9 months. And then before that, the last time we had the cross was all the way back here in April of 2020, which was after the big Corona crash. So this is pretty significant, guys. This is very, very significant. This is why I'm still bullish. This is why I'm still kind of expecting Bitcoin and to make its way higher and Ethereum to get over 2K again. Right? The way that this looks, it's giving us the indication that we're going to get something like this, what happened in March of 2020. That was the start of a parabolic bull market, essentially, when Bitcoin went from $3,800 up to $69,000. So again, it's a lagging indicator. Sometimes it will be a false indicator where we'll have an actual false breakout like we had over here in March of March of 2022. But this has happened. We've gotten this cross 2 times in the past 2 years. We're about to get it for a 3rd time. This is a very, very good thing for altcoins, right? So if you're holding altcoins, you should be paying attention. You should be dialed in, and you should be really honing in on the altcoins you want to hold for this potential explosive, rally that we're about to experience. Because when this signal actually crosses, things are going to get wild. I made a video this past week, 4 days ago. Altcoin season is just getting started. My stance is not flipped. But we need this cross to happen first, essentially. But again, this only happens like once a year. We had it one time in 2022. Before that, it's actually once every 2 years, basically. A very, very rare signal on the higher macro time frames pointing to the fact that we're going to run hard to the upside. So we'll keep an eye on it. It's not guaranteed yet. And like I said, sometimes it's a false signal, like what happened over here in April of last year. But it's so rare that it actually happens, and it's about to happen right now, which is a very good thing for alts. Now the total 3 real quick. Total 3, price is broken out above the 200 EMA, which is bullish, but right now it's actually back below it. So right now it's just a deviation. We want to see that actually hold, and it's the same thing. We want to see the gold 21 cross over that 200. All right, so those are all the major indices I wanted to go over to start things off. Now I will be moving on with things and getting into the Twitter wisdom for the day, and then we'll take a look at a ton of altcoins. So, Twitter wisdom for today. Some sketchy stuff happening with Uniswap. So for anybody that doesn't know, most of the coins, most of the tokens you see on the market, these are all governance tokens. Right, a lot of them, or a few of them, are actual legit cryptocurrencies. These are coins such as Bitcoin, Dogecoin technically, Litecoin, Monero, right? Actual cryptocurrencies. Most of the stuff you see here is just a governance token, meaning that it governs a protocol. Uniswap is simply a governance token. All that it's really used for is to vote on the future of the Uniswap protocol. So what happened very recently, it actually happened like this morning, was a large holder of the Uniswap tokens used their governance power to basically, do some sketchy stuff. We can read right here. A16Z, which is a crypto hedge fund. Crypto is all hedge funds, basically, or venture capitalists is a better word. Crypto is run by all venture capitalists in today's world in 2023. But A16Z just used its full voting weight to squash a Uniswap proposal to launch Uniswap on the Binance chain using Wormhole. A16Z is a large investor in a Wormhole competitor, Layer Zero Labs. Open your eyes. Anti-competition cartels in decentralized finance are real. All right, so this was supposed to be decentralized finance, but what happened is one entity bought up a majority stake in Uniswap, and they are using that majority stake to vote on things that they don't like. This is not decentralized. This is very centralized. And this really does bleed out into Ethereum switching over to proof of stake too. We are going to see in the future, right? We'll look back on this clip in a few years' time, when Ethereum starts voting on things that are just not decentralized at all. But this is going to be a big problem going forward, right? These governance tokens spread out to like decentralized protocols are now being heavily centralized. So this is just kind of one indication of what we're going to see coming here in the next few years with a lot of these DeFi governance tokens. It's not all how it seems, right? We see decentralized finance. We see all that stuff, but it's not as decentralized as we actually believe it to be. So just something to keep an eye on. And Uniswap from that is down only 6.4%. Let's take a look at the Uni chart. So Uni on the daily is a big bearish engulfing candle from the previous 2 days. And it's failing to hold its breakout above $7. Okay, so Uni had a major breakout above $6 in early January. Right, took this long breakout on the trend line, caught this first initial spike up. Right, it was an 18% move, comes back, retests $6 exactly before pumping up above $7. But now more recently, it's below $7 again, so not a great look. Couldn't hold the breakout, along with essentially every other altcoin on the market right now. But if we look at Uni, again, all the signs were there basically to point us that we were going to top out. Again, Uni was in its own rising wedge with bearish divergence. Obviously, this is all in hindsight, but it's all there, right? Now, if you notice, it hasn't really broken full structure yet, right? It has not broken the wedge to the downside. If it does, then it's really going to spill down lower, and I would expect it to make its way back down here towards $6. And this is coming up relatively soon, this trendline test. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if people get angered and want to just dump all of their Uniswap coins because of what happened with this recent development with the Uniswap protocol. But Uni here is now testing the bottom support of its rising wedge. So if it does want to complete the breakdown, which would line up with Bitcoin going to, again, that level on the chart here at 21,500, that lines up with Uni breaking down from this rising wedge. And, realistically, it can spill over quite hard. Again, all the FOMC stops are in the same place beneath this low, right? This is where the FOMC pump started, just on Wednesday of this past week. So there's so many stops below this low. On Uni, that's at 632. So what I would do is just put a line at that low. And if you wanted to try, to trade this move, basically, let's see. We have this order block here on the upside. So if you wanted to trade this, what I would look for is a move back into this order block You want to see that hold as resistance, and then you trade the break down to this level at 630. It's like a 10% move if you can catch it, if it does give it to you. But I like that bearish retest of this order block over here at $7. Right? It will line up very nicely with another test of 7. And then when it gets down here to 632, watch for a sweep below and then a reclaim. So you can long that level at 632 as well. But that's kind of a short-term outlook on uni. And I would not risk much on this at all. You're just looking for a breakdown. Not more than 2.5%, something like this. In that order block at $7 to $7.10 for an entry. Stop just above 725. That's where you're risking like 2% to potentially get 11. That's not a bad trade right there. We'll see if the market gives it to us. But at this moment in time, I would like to open up the floor and look at some altcoins that the audience wants to see and take a look at what's happening around the market. Thank you to everybody right now watching, supporting the stream. Smash up that like button. And let's take a look at some altcoins. What's up, Kevin James? Good to see you. Tintin asking for Atom, INJ, and Luna. Let's take a look at Atom first. So Atom over here on the 4-hour. Start zoomed out so we can get the clear picture. So Atom has a big level, realistically exactly where it's at. Right, this level over here at $15, just below 15 at like 14.90, 14.85. Major support resistance flip, so no surprise to see Atom having trouble. And this is the yellow dotted line that I'm highlighting here on the screen, in the middle of my screen. All right, so no surprise Atom is having trouble breaking through this level, but when it does break through this level, some big things are going to happen. Right, Atom is realistically behind Ethereum as like the number 2 smart contract kind of ecosystem. It's not its own blockchain. It kind of is. It's a layer 0. But essentially, I would put Atom behind ETH. Right? Atom is very good. Atom's a very good coin. Has a very bright future ahead. But first, it needs to get through $15 to pump higher. All right, and $15, major higher term time frame resistance level. And as we see more recently, we have just deviated above it. We're back underneath it right now. We're failing to break out above it. So if we put a trend line on the chart and properly draw it, just connecting the wicks, we are above it, which is a good thing. Clean deviation up here at 15. So with Bitcoin expected to drop lower, we would expect Atom to follow suit with it. I would not want to try my luck right now and just jump into a short. I would try to get the absolute Pico top. So I would like to try my luck. Maybe we get a false pump, one more, and another deviation where we can get it a little bit higher, but that's kind of unlikely at this point. It's already kind of made its way above 15 and reverted back in. Right, it went as high as 15.45. But if the market does give us a pump, you can try your luck with a very, very tight stop above to try and catch this on its way back down. And your targets would be around here, $13 to $12. That's kind of like your main support there on the chart. And I'll pull a fib to show you as well how that has more confluence. Right, as you see, our 78.6 from this swing low to this swing high puts it right at $12.28. Right in that gray box I just drew. And, you know, we can pull this to some other swing lows. And we got our 50% at $12.69. Lines up almost with that gray area. So, yeah, just using price action, I would say that 12 to 13 is going to be your main support level demand area. That likely does hold on this pullback depending on how bad it gets. And from current price, that's a move down of around 15%. So that would mean Atom would continue to hold strong as one of the stronger altcoins in the market. Now, I don't want to spend too much time looking at one individual coin. Let's move on and look at Injective INJ. So INJ in the weekly, again, we went over this chart a few times here. But for anybody new, INJ had a major breakout recently when it got above the bear market range high. And on INJ, that was around $3, really, you know, $2.50 to $3. It hadn't been above that since May of 2022, right? This previous week, Injective put in a mega green candle, and it broke the range highs. All right, so DYDX, if I show you DYDX, we'll look at that in a second. DYDX gave a perfect retest of the breakout. Okay, so for INJ, it's not going to look exactly the same, but it likely does give you a retest of the breakout level. It's quite rare where price just kind of completely goes parabolic and doesn't retest a major weekly breakout level. And again, on INJ, that's right at around $3. I'm actually going to just put a solid line. Right here, $3.04. And just for reference, what I mean by DYDX, right? These charts, they're very similar projects, DYDX and Injective, right? Their own blockchains. DYDX is mainly a trading, decentralized perpetual trading exchange. Injective is more. But anyways, DYDX, right? If we look on the weekly chart, it's very similar to Atom, or not Atom, to INJ in the sense where it was in the bear market range and it broke out above it. But the thing with DYDX is it's already went ahead and it's retesting its breakout. All right, this was an inverse head and shoulders. I was watching this one. Now as we see, it perfectly retested that breakout level. Now INJ has not yet. And if we get the further pullback on Bitcoin, it would make sense to see INJ get back down here to test 3. All right, so I would sit on your hands if you're thinking about buying more Injective. I wouldn't go in just yet. In terms of like leverage trading this, it's not really a coin that I would look to leverage trade. You can certainly, but I would focus on your spot trading or spot investing with something like Injective. Injective reminds me so much of Luna in 2020 and 2021, right? Same VCs backing it, same look, same feel, same marketing. It has Luna, complete Luna early day vibes to it. So yeah, I see Injective having a very bright future, $50 to $100 per coin. Right now it's at $3.50, right? Let's not forget with Luna, when Luna was taking off to $50, $60, $80, $100, everybody was looking at my old Luna videos, right? When Luna was at like $3, $4, I was doing all my DeFi tutorials. If you look at the comment section of those videos, they're still up. Everybody's just like, oh my gosh, I wish I could go back in time and get Luna when it was $3 or $4. Injective, in my opinion, is like the same exact thing, right? I see Injective getting up to those price levels where Luna was, $50, $60, $80, $100 per coin. But for now, it looks like it wants to come back and test $3 down here. So I would wait if you want to buy more. If you already own it, I wouldn't sell it and look to buy it back. This is simply a coin where you just want to accumulate a lot of it. So that's INJ, and then we'll look at Luna. So Luna has been struggling. It's been giving false breakout after false breakout. As we see, I've been kind of actively trading Luna over the past few weeks. More recently over here in late January, I haven't touched it in February. But in late January, I was longing it, when it was around $2. It made this nice move up to 250, completely erased that entire move, came right back down to where it started below 2. And then again, it made its way back up to $2.37 at its high over here. And it's just right back where it started. All right, so Luna has been struggling to put it in a meaningful breakout. And if I zoom this out, it is still holding this parabolic structure. All right, for this parabola, all I did was connect these wick lows. All I did was connect the lows from over here. And that gives us the track line for the right side of the parabola. And it has not broken the parabolic structure yet. All right, if it does break this structure, that's going to be kind of a warning signal to look for lower prices, but it has not broken its market structure just yet, although it's really struggling up here. Okay, it had a nice run up from $1.30. Right, put it in a 2x, right, which is solid, but it cannot get away from the $2 level. So with Bitcoin, again, expected to go lower, we would expect altcoins to also drop lower. And that would mean a break in structure on Luna, which, isn't a great thing to see. Where would it go if it does break? Just looking at our price action on the chart, I would say around here is where it wants to go. This is from 180 to around 170. And again, we don't just want one reason to think that. We want multiple reasons. We want as many reasons as possible. So if we pull a fib, we got our golden pocket exactly at 175 from this swing low. Of course, the fib is subjective. Everybody's going to have their swing lows in different places. But yeah, a lot of confluence over here with the 170 to 180 area. So make its way down there. It doesn't mean you just immediately rush into short positions. So the order block, again, kind of the same strategy as Uni. The order block over here on this 2 hour, we have this interesting candle here that I just went ahead and outlined. All right, and we are now below the low wick from that candle. If you were going to short it, I would wait until like 212, and I would use a razor tight stop. I would not risk a lot on this trade at all. 2% max, and I would look for a breakdown to around 180. And if you get this and it doesn't wick you out, you would be gaining 14%. But yeah, Luna to 175 from here if it gives you the pullback. Now I want to go over Lido, LDO. Lido back below $2. I know a lot of people were waiting for LDO to get back below $2 again. Everybody was hoping it would come back below 2. Well, it's here now. Now, Lido is interesting because this thing got demolished from this recent dip. Now, who's leading this rally? Who's, buying so much crypto that's causing everything to pump so much? It's the Asian markets, right? The U.S. is still scared. The U.S. is still terrified of cryptocurrency. Especially the big players. The big players in the U.S. are mostly sidelined. This rally we have experienced so far in 2023, it is primarily driven by Asia, okay? And they've been shorting ApeCoin, right? And Lido too. They just basically switched from Lido to Ethereum, is what I'm seeing. But ApeCoin especially, for some reason, they've just been kind of suppressing this thing and shorting it and not letting it get above $6. Now LDO, basically, it looks like they just dumped it for ETH. Still holding my LDO, but definitely keeping an eye on it because it's looking like ETH is just going to outperform here. And I think when the liquid staking derivative narrative does actually take off, LDO is going to be the market leader, which is why I'm sticking with it. But with that being said, definitely this thing dropped harder than most, as we see on this daily chart over the past 2 days. It's down. It's already down 17%. Bitcoin right now is only down like less than 10%. Right, so LDO is down more than most. Right, this thing has been pretty weak. But again, still, when the liquid staking derivative narrative does take off, I expect LDO to lead that charge higher. But here, you see my green level. You see my green level at 185 down to 168. Right, this is your level to wait for. I think there's still a little bit lower to go here. Now, I do see this daily sweep. Okay, so depending on how this daily candle closes, every time LDO has come below $2, it immediately gets bought back up. But if we get that Bitcoin move to 21,500, 21,300, LDO is probably going to come lower here to 180 to 170. I seriously doubt it comes back down as low as 129, which is kind of like your main support resistance flip from the bear market. Doubt it gives that to you, but maybe you get 170, maybe you get 150, maybe you get 135, right? I would just kind of set alerts at these levels. You can set buy limit orders there. But yeah, LDO is still bullish on it. I think it's going to be the winner when it comes to the LSD narrative. It's the biggest. And if you look at DeFi Llama, LDO is the #1 protocol in all of DeFi with $8.35 billion of total value locked. That is expected to go up exponentially when Ethereum actually allows withdrawals on their staking. So LDO definitely could have some good buying opportunities coming up for anybody kind of waiting to get into it. We might be getting these lower price levels pretty soon, which is exciting. Let's take a look at some more altcoins. Big shout out to Steve Sabat, Trucker Steve with us. Reverend Flashback. What about the CME gap? So Bitcoin CME on Friday is at 23,485. Okay, and if we look at price now, it's at 22,875. So what we can do is put a line at 23,485. Okay, so that's right here, this yellow dotted line. We'll make this a different color. Right, so that's where price closed on Bitcoin CME futures. So maybe we get a test of that before going lower. But yeah, that's your level there. Alexino Speed, how to transfer USDT from CryptoVest to Binance? You would just send it over to your Binance USDT address. What's up, Randy? Olaf from Mexico, good to see you. We got Glasshopper77 saying happy Sunday, Empire. Missed a few weeks of live streams. Well, you're here for this one, Glasshopper, so it's good to see you. And we got Raymond Razzo asking about Pirate Chain R. Thoughts on it? Listen, my thoughts on privacy have not changed at all. Okay? Privacy, still very bullish on the sector. I still like Pirate Chain. I still like Monero. This thing's market cap is $76 million. As we see, it is not doing too well here on the daily time frame. It's giving up all of its gains from this weekly descending triangle. Right? Had the breakout here at around 40 cents. Now it's coming back down lower. So yeah, it's looking like it wants to come and essentially test 35 to 37 again. 35, 36, 37 cents. So yeah, it's going to take a while to take off. Like Pirate Chain is going to be like the first time it took off. What do I mean by that? This chart doesn't show you. So if you're holding Pirate Chain wondering when it's going to move, you have to understand that most altcoins do nothing and then they go vertical. Right, Pirate Chain, we don't have the left side of the chart here, but Pirate Chain did this for years, and then it went like this. All right, its next run is going to be the same exact thing. So you just need to have patience if you're waiting for the Pirate Chain price to go up. Sit back. It's going to happen when it happens, but most of these coins, they do this. They do nothing for weeks, months, years, nothing. Most people give up. Most people move on to something that's pumping right now, and then it goes like that. All right, so have some patience is what I'm trying to tell you if you are a holder. Glasshopper saying, heard Lavana will be hatching dragons. Yeah, we'll see. We will see. Big shout out to Ross saying this channel is freaking awesome. Thank you, Ross. I appreciate your support. What's up, Vazra? Good to see you. Let's take a look at some alts here. Looking for some requests. Look at Matic. Ross asking about Matic. So first things first, this is Matic on the weekly chart. Let's hide all this. Matic on the weekly chart. Again, what was I just saying about Pirate Chain? These cryptos, they do this. Right? You see this? Nothing for like years. And then what happens? This happens, okay? So if your altcoin that you really like isn't moving right now and you're thinking about panic selling, you're going to potentially miss out on the right side that looks parabolic. Not every coin does it, but the good ones usually do. Now Matic right now, interesting that it got up to 128. Right, the high from 2022 during that bear market in November was up here at $1.30. Of course, it was up here at $2.92 at the peak of the market, but after it bottomed out over here at 30 cents, it pumped up to $1.30. Now it just made its way back up to 128 and was rejected. Again, all the charts were, whoops. Get rid of my RSI. All the charts were kind of signaling that they were a little bit toppy. If we look at this, right, it was all there with your bearish divergence. Price making higher highs, RSI making lower lows. But we don't have a real break in structure yet. We do not have a real break in structure yet. Yeah, we do actually. We broke this line. Yeah, so Matic right now looking like it's ready to correct. Again, where are all the FOMC stops from Wednesday? Mark on all the coins that you usually trade, right? You should have those levels from Wednesday marked. The FOMC pump, the low was over here at $1.06. From there, it made its high at 128. So everybody who longed this previous week on Wednesday, they all have their stops. If they didn't move them up into profit, right? If they're not managing their trade correctly, trading is subjective though. Some people's trading rules might stay that they don't move their stop up or something like that, whatever. But anyways, most people place their stop beneath this low here at $1.06. Right? So what do the market makers want to do? They want to grab the liquidity there. So more likely than not, Matic makes its way back down and tests this level where the FOMC pump started. Okay, so this is where I would have, this is my expectation for Matic to come back down to $1.06. Now, we have this. We'll see if it gives one more pump run higher. Something like this on Matic. But yeah, I think it's going to come down. I see it coming down back to 106. It's just you don't want to ape into a short now if you want to short this. You don't just want to ape into it. You want a real precision entry so that you have a good risk reward on the trade. And for that, you would want to short it around $1.25 is what I'm trying to say. You would want to short it around 125 up here. Stop just above, razor tight stop. You don't want to risk a lot in this market environment for a move back down to 106, 107. We got CR08 saying, in the house with the #1 streamer. What is happening, CR08? I appreciate your support, my man. Thank you very much for calling me the #1 streamer. I appreciate that. Hendrix saying, brother, can you check INJ for me? What would you expect? Hendrix, I just went over INJ. Hope you caught that. If you didn't, rewind the stream a little bit. Connor, can you look up Search? Believe this coin will have a sale soon before going public. We'll check it out, Rigoberto. SERSH. Not sure what it is, Rigoberto. Not sure on Search. We got Moby Sage saying, hey Connor, can Quant and Algo 15x in the bull run? I do believe so, Moby. I do believe so. Right, on the coin perspective, I went over that in my Algorand price prediction video. But for Quant, if Quant was going to 15x, yeah, it would need like 25 to $30 billion in market cap, and it's currently at 2 billion. So it needs to, yeah, it's already pretty high up there. But listen, if they're actually used for their central bank digital currencies, it's going to do well. It's not a good thing. CBDCs are not a good thing at all. So yeah, we'll see. And then Algo. $3 realistically. 20 billion. Yeah, I mean, if Algo does what they intend to do from their start, it could. Long ways to go. Regardless, if you're looking for 10 to 15x's on high market cap coins, you got to be patient. You got to expect to wait until 2024, realistically 2025. So yeah, you would basically just buy those and sit on your hands. Austin Craig saying, hey Connor, what are your thoughts on VeChain? Let's take a look at VET. Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and ask our live audience a poll. We're going to ask a poll real quick. Be sure to answer the poll once I put it out. All right, go ahead and ask or answer the poll in the live chat section. Interested to see the overall consensus of everybody and how they're feeling about this pullback, about these red candles. Go ahead and answer that right now. Now, VeChain. VeChain put in a nice breakout above 2.35 cents over here. This is my teal line on the chart. It's been here for weeks, all right? I was first tracking this over here before the FTX collapse happened, because notice we were trading below it for days and days and days. Then we broke out and we made a high of 2.8 cents. But then again, Sam Bankman-Fried got caught stealing everybody's money. That tanked the market. VeChain goes down to 1.5 cents. Strong recovery over here in the month of January. It's above that critical breakout level at 2.35 cents, all right? So VeChain looking strong and still holding its breakout right now, which is good. That's a sign of strength. thoughts on VeChain? I'm bullish on it. I think it's going to go back to 20, 25 cents. Could definitely go higher. It's also a Chinese coin, which is a good thing. I think the Chinese are going to largely fuel this 2023 rally that we're already experiencing. But anyways, yeah, VeChain right now, all the charts were telling you they wanted to go down, right? With price action making higher highs, RSI was just getting weak. Now, again, FOMC stops are all going to be here at 2.2 cents. Everybody who went long, their stop is right here. $2.2. So we could largely suspect that VeChain wants to come down and tag all those stops. And in order to do that, it wouldn't just go straight down. It's not that easy, right? It's going to be some moves up first before it goes down. Something like that, right? So, yeah, we got a nice cluster of liquidity right here that I went ahead and outlined in gray. And if you were looking to ride this lower, essentially you would try to get a precision entry on a short and not just ape into it, right? And that would be over here at around 2.4. Again, razor tight stop. Don't recommend to risk a lot. It's just a scalp. Risking 1.5% to capture 10. Looks pretty good there on VET. But yeah, VET, bullish on it. I like it. It has a long way to go higher. Long way to go. If you look at this weekly chart zoomed out, we'll log scale this thing. If we look at this log scale weekly, I mean, look at where it went ahead and bottomed out. Largely a higher low on the macro, right? Broke out. I mean, this is just real quick. I made a video for my Discord group over in December talking about, divergences and using divergences to basically try and find bottoms over here. It looks like VeChain didn't actually put in any weekly bullish divergence. Maybe hidden, but it wasn't clear. Right. But anyways, what was I looking at? I think I was looking at ApeCoin that had the weekly bullish divergence on. Let me check something. I was looking at something the other night. Yeah, this is it. Is it? I forget what I was looking at. Maybe it wasn't ApeCoin. Anyway, I was looking at a chart the other night, and it hadn't taken off from its weekly bullish divergence yet, and it looked super good. But I don't remember what that chart was. I'll find it. I'll post it in my Telegram group. Let's check back in on the results of the poll here. So 72% of our audience today says that this is just a small pullback, 10 to 15%, and then we're going to go higher. 28% of our audience is saying that we are going to make new lows beneath $15,500. So overall, the general consensus on everybody is that we're still going to pump. I'm in the same camp, right? I'm still expecting just a pullback here. So good to see that the general consensus, although it could be bad, but I do appreciate everybody who comes here to the channel because, I try my best to really educate and teach people how things really work. So I feel like my viewers are kind of well educated. So yeah, 72% of us say that this is just a pullback. I'm going to go ahead and end this poll. Thank you for participating. But yeah, I agree. To me, this is just a pullback as well. What's up, Jasper? Saying he thinks Bitcoin's going to 20 to 21K. take a look at Bitcoin here. All right, so still holding above 22,760. My level down here at 21,500. That's where I think it's going. Let me see. We got Labradoodle asking Ocean, Q, and LDO. We already went over LDO. We'll look at Ocean. So Ocean's still up heavy, right? Ocean we got in down here at just below 25 cents. I'm still holding my spot position. I haven't sold one coin. This thing is like the strongest thing in the market. Artificial intelligence narrative just continues to pump. Is it running out of steam? Maybe, but you know, these AI coins just are relentless and don't stop. So Ocean, this was the outline level, right? If you guys go back and watch this video I made on Ocean 3 weeks ago now, you know, for this spot trade, my target up here was at 60 cents, right? This resistance area on the chart. We're making our way up there. Right, we are making our way up there. Everything's going to plan on this one, up 78%. But yeah, I mean, all is good with this. This is what's called a momentum trade, right? This thing never lost any bullish momentum. It put in some big wicks to the upside and to the downside. You can see that on the weekly chart there. But yeah, Ocean has just been on an absolute tear and not necessarily slowing down. And there was some signs that I wanted to pull back, but the pullback was very shallow. Again, all the FOMC stops are here at 32. Now it's at 42. Does it come down and tag, you know, this level again where the FOMC stops are? Maybe, but you know, the way it looks right now, I doubt it. But if you wanted to get into Ocean, what I would do is I would bid here at 32 cents. Right? I would not buy it now. I would bid at 32 cents. And that's a move of 20%. That's reasonable. But yeah, Ocean looking really strong here. And again, my target 56 cents up here, and then QI. This is a liquid staking derivative coin. And now this is still, although this weekly candle might discourage a lot of people, right? This weekly candle is not all bad news, right? Big wick to the upside, right? Not a good looking weekly candle. But the thing is, you're still above support at 0.008, right? You have not lost this level, right? This is like the Bitcoin 25K wick. Only on QI it's at 0.0085. Last week closed above it. This week we tested below it, but we're still above it. So as long as this candle closes above it on the weekly, you know, this breakout is still intact. The Ethereum liquid staking derivative narrative is yet to really start moving yet. If I pull up the LSDs right here, right, all of them in one handy watch list, they're all down big, right? With LDO being the biggest one. So it's interesting, right? Usually we see the smaller market caps perform worse on a pullback, but LDO is really, that's why I said it's getting shorted heavily, right? The Asian, Chinese, whoever the heck is shorting it, they are shorting it with size. Because LDO is a $2 billion market cap coin. Everything else is in the hundreds of millions. LDO down 10% while everything else is down like 5 to 7%. So LDO getting shorted heavily right now. Probably just trying to shake you out. The weak hands will sell. The strong hands will hold on. We'll see what happens. But anyway, QI, yeah, I mean, weekly candle looks ugly, but we have not given up this 0.0085 level. If we do lose 0.0085, you know, then we're going to correct heavier. But market structure is still intact right now. And I'll go ahead and move this trend line over. Remember, trend lines are just areas of buying and selling. If I wanted to and connect the lows like so, then we haven't necessarily dropped beneath it. But how I would have this drawn actually is like this. Right, so we just actually are breaking this trend line now on QI. So further correction could be pending. Again, the FOMC low from Wednesday is here at 0.00826. This is where a bunch of traders have their stops, so more than likely price is going to come down and test this level. Let's see, Michael saying, Connor, how well do you think Cypherium, Compete, Syscoins, Qtum, all these coins are going to do next bull run? Are you also bullish on any of these cryptos? So I know Syscoin is the ZK rollup narrative. Compete, I've heard the name. Let me see what Compete is again. I don't know what this is. Is this a metaverse project? Let me see. It's a gaming project. Yeah, when gaming takes off, this could do well. Looks like Grand Theft Auto or something. Looks a lot like... Actually, this picture here, anybody remember Just Cause? Anybody remember Just Cause? This looks exactly like Just Cause. So yeah, when gaming takes off, this could do well. Low market cap, 10.2 million. And then, what was your other one there? Syscoin, yeah, Syscoin I think will do well. A lot of people are banking on Syscoin to do well. I don't hold any of this. Down 87% from its highs, January 2022. But it's going to ride off that ZK narrative. Let's actually talk about that for a second. Let's talk about that ZK narrative. So Syscoin doing well here from the bottom. Up around 60% from its 10-cent lows. So a lot of coins have done 2, 3, 4, 5x. You know, this is only up 60%, so it's lagging. Hasn't pumped as much as a lot of the other alts here. Yeah, Syscoin still below 21 cents. You know, the real breakout level, because this is a bear market range, okay? It deviated below the bear market range over here in November and December, but really it's still in the entire bear market range with the high over here at 20.5 cents. So when it breaks 20.5 cents, that's when the real kind of move is going to start. It hasn't started yet. Everything below 20 cents is kind of choppy noise. Of course, the lower you buy it, the better, because that's going to be your multiples, or your entry is super important when it comes to your percent gains. When things start to really multiply, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10x, 20x, etc., your entry is very, very important. So if we get a move down back to the bottom of the range, that's going to be good for Syscoin. But like I was saying, yeah, the breakout move won't start until 20 cents is cleared on this. I think it will do well, but the only thing is there's so many ZK coins coming to market soon, right? You see on my thumbnail for the stream, see on my thumbnail here, this coin over here in the top right, that coin is the Starknet token, okay? This airdrop, I've made multiple tutorial videos on my channel, STRK. Why isn't it showing up here? Anyway, they already made this coin. It already exists, but it's not distributed yet. Right, Starknet, it's going to be one of the top layer 2 ZK rollup coins networks for Ethereum. Watch my airdrop videos on how to get that one. It should be a pretty big one. This one here, Starknet guide, full airdrop. And then I made another one, this one, using the Argent X wallet, Jedi Swap. Right, use those projects, use those protocols, use the testnet. Starknet going to be big, of course. We have Arbitrum. Arbitrum is almost one of the biggest chains in all of DeFi. Right, Arbitrum over here, number 4 in DeFi. Total value locked at 1.34 billion. Right, Arbitrum, everybody is expecting an Arbitrum token to be airdropped. It would only make sense as their biggest competition. Optimism OP did their airdrop, and they're going to do more airdrops. So also Arbitrum has a lot of VCs, venture capitalists that are funding the project. Usually VCs want to make their money back that they give to the project through a token, right? So I would expect an RB token to be airdropped. It's going to be a massive one. So, use the network, right? As you see over here, you got dexes you could use. Camelot is kind of the leading Arbitrum native dex, but in my opinion, this is heavily VC backed. You also have over here Cyberswap, which went off yesterday, right? I want to show you actually. ZYB. This token, I made a video on this. This is essentially a community DEX that has no VCs. Something like Camelot is heavily backed by venture capitalists. But yeah, this thing went like 5x yesterday. Its market cap is like 200K, so it doesn't take much to move it. But if you're looking for an Arbitrum ecosystem play that's a very low cap, that would piggyback off of the success of an Arbitrum token airdrop, it's going to be Cyberswap. If you want to learn what it is, I made a video about it. This one here, Cyberswap DEX. It's a fair launch, right? There are no VCs, no pre-sale. It's free game for anybody to get into it. But it was down here like 20-25 cents, and yesterday it hit $1.80, right? So that's like a 6x in like 2 days, which is pretty nuts. But still, this market cap is super low. So market cap is 287K right now. So if it goes to a $2 million, $3 million market cap, you're looking at a 10x from current prices. We'll see. Very high risk, so don't invest more than you can afford to lose. But anyways, guys, Arbitrum going to be a massive airdrop. So the entire ecosystem is going to boom. You also have another Optimism OP airdrop. So there's a lot of competition among the layer 2s. This whole conversation started looking at Syscoin. That's why I brought it up. So yeah. We got Jazzy saying, "What's up, legend? Do you see Glimmer hitting $3 this year? Appreciate you, my man." So can Glimmer hit $3 this year? Maybe. The problem with Glimmer is that, one, nobody talks about it or cares about it right now. But that will change in the future. Right? If you want to do well in crypto, you need to basically buy the things that nobody is talking about before they get popular. And right now, nobody cares about Glimmer. Nobody's talking about it. Right? It goes right over most people's heads. Now, getting to $3 from here in this year, that would be about a 6x. It's very possible because we've seen it happen multiple times already. Coins going like 5-6x. Coins with hundreds of $millions of market cap. And Glimmer's another one where it's all backed by VCs, by venture capitalists. So they want their token to do well. They want to make their money back that they gave to these teams to build out this network, right? They make their money back by the token price doing well. So there's incentives. Money talks. Can it hit $3 this year? Look, I wouldn't count on it, but in the future, I think it can hit $3. Right? Glimmer is another one of those coins where you just need to sit back, be patient, and wait. So, yeah. I wouldn't count on it hitting $3 this year, but it is possible. MMC John asking about perp. Is that perpetual protocol? So this is already, this thing didn't really pump that hard from the FOMC Wednesday meeting, right? I was over here at 63 cents. It went to 76. Nice little move, but it's already back down, right? A lot of the coins that I've been showing you during the live stream, I've been essentially saying that they're going to come down to their Wednesday prices. This is an example of what they're going to look like. Likely, nothing's guaranteed. But notice how Wednesday FOMC, it pumped right from this level. Now it's back in this level. Okay, so that's why I'm expecting a lot of these other coins to come back down. It's just a logical price level on the chart that prices are going to gravitate to. So perp doing that right now. This is support. This is pretty big support. So if it loses this, it can come down quite far. Hasn't really pulled back too much. Right, this was 26%. This was 22%. This was 11%. Makes sense. Perp, if you want to buy this thing and you're waiting for an entry, I would wait for around 55 cents. Yeah. 50 to 55 cents on perp if you want to buy this. Not financial advice. Smash up that like button, everybody. Let's look at Vulcan Forge PYR. So PYR, which I think is going to do very well when crypto gaming and metaverse starts to take off again, which it will. You got to be patient, but that will happen. It has not started this year yet. So there's still time to accumulate your favorite gaming gems. Do you guys want a video on like the best gaming tokens to look at? Because I can certainly make that for you. PYR would be one of them. But anyways, with PYR, anybody that has pattern recognition and looks at the charts a lot, this should look familiar to you. What charts did we look at this live stream that look exactly like this? Well, there's two of them. First one is INJ, injective. Right, same thing. Nice range, same exact chart. And then there's DYDX. Again, same thing. So if we go back to PYR, both of those charts, by the way, injective and DYDX broke out to the upside. So I'm expecting Vulcan Forge to do that same thing where it breaks out to the upside, all right? I'm bullish on Vulcan Forged. I think it's going to do very well and break out the top of this range over here at $5. Now, it has not started at all, right? This thing has just been slowly grinding up higher, slowly grinding. Look at this price action. These are all daily candles. This is pretty exciting, actually. The reason I say it's pretty exciting is because look how small these daily candles are. There's no expansive moves at all. Zero expansion, all consolidation, all compression. Right, compression leads to expansion. This is gonna, be huge soon. Slow grind up. The more I look at this, the more bullish I get. Actually, it's above mid-range right now. Right, we can pull a fib from the high to the low. Change my template. Range measurement 50%. So it's right near the mid-range at $3.95. Your Wednesday lows are at 370. So I would, if you wanted to get PYR, below $4 is best because that's really going to make a big difference when it starts getting back up to 10, 20, 30, back up here to $49, $50. Getting in at $3.50 compared to $4.10 can make a pretty big difference with your return percentage. You're still going to make money on both, but that 60 cents makes a big difference when you start to multiply. So yeah, PYR, I would try to get it under 4. It was just there on Wednesday at 370. So that's also the bottom of my green demand zone. So that makes sense. That's a support resistance flip level. 360, 370. That's your buy area on Vulcan Forge PYR. We're going to take a look at, a few more of these. And we'll start to wrap it up. But right now we are going to look at Singularity AGIX. So So again, these AI coins not stopping. They are just pumping, right? This thing is up from its bottom down here. Yeah, it's up like 10x, almost 10x from its lows here. So this is like one of the best performing alts that's not like a degen Uniswap coin that just popped up out of nowhere that goes 10x in its first hour trading. Anna Maria, I would possibly, AI is going to do great, but this thing is definitely overextended here. It's all-time, what's the all-time high on this? Okay, all-time high is 95 cents. So it's still got a 2x until the all-time high. Pullback level, 25 to 26 cents. I wouldn't overcomplicate it. Right, I certainly would not buy it where it is. Yeah, pullback level, I would wait until it comes back down to my yellow dotted line at 25, 26. Target levels, you have one up here at 60 cents. That's shouldn't ignore that, 60 cents. And then this chart doesn't go all the way back in time. But we can still put some fib extensions on the chart here. $84, 106, 130, all viable targets. But what an impressive move on this thing. From 4.5 cents on January 1st to now 43 cents. The official Hilton, have a quick look at Daffy. Daffy is another one that exploded. Right, I made a video about Daffy back in, I want to say it was December of 2021. And the price was like 3 cents at that time. It was like over here. It's like 2.73 cents. So it's now back above that. Pretty nuts. Yeah, this thing went... Daffy was really, really hyped up when it first came out. It's a staking token. They offer some unique things when it comes to staking, proof of stake cryptos. But I'm not sure what happened that caused this, 17x rally. But I wouldn't necessarily recommend going into it now. The current market cap is still super low, actually. It's only $18 million in market cap. All-time low is 19 days ago, and it's up 18x. So, yeah, I can't really say it's a good idea to buy something that's up 18x in less than 3 weeks. But this is bullish consolidation. So when the market's in easy mode and pumping, right, the overall market is not in easy mode right now, but a few coins are. But when the market is, in easy mode like this, and it sets up a bullish consolidation pattern like this, it's just going to pump out of it. Okay? So we'll see if this is a troll. But if it isn't, we can take a measured move. Clone that. And that would mean that Daffy is going to go to 12 cents. Yeah. So in a 4-hour period, it went up basically 3x. So somebody put in millions and millions of dollars in 4 hours. I don't know what's happening. I'm pretty sure nobody knows what's happening except for like maybe the Daffy team. But yeah, somebody dumped in like, several $1 million in a 4-hour period. Now it's in consolidation. So The Wednesday low was over here. Let me put this on the chart. $0.025 is your low from the week. Actually, no, your Monday low. This thing is absurd. Your Monday low is down here at 0.007. I doubt it comes to 0.007. Yeah, that's like a 90% drop or something. 80% drop. So yeah, this thing, not much to do here. If you want to hop on board, you can try to hop on board on this pennant. Maybe we come down and test in here. But I certainly don't feel comfortable buying it up here. But it's still a very low market cap, so if it does continue on this trajectory, you know, it's got a ways to go. All-time high is 20 cents. Right now it's only 3 cents, so it still does have a ways to go to its all-time high up here. Yeah, but again, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. Let's go to a weekly. Reason I say you have to be careful is look on the weekly chart on where it is. You know, it's that weekly resistance up here, so yeah. I mean, crazy move. So I just dropped it down to a 15-minute to try and find a demand zone. And this is what I see here. So I would, if you wanted to buy it, I would get in at this demand zone. Not financial advice. And that's from 2.5 cents to 2 cents. Right, you drop it down to a 15-minute to find that, but it's there. Again, 2 cents to 2.5 cents. Coin operated. What's going on? Coin operated. Maybe look at Jasmy. Nice daily candle. If I'm not mistaken, Jasmy is also a super low market cap. Market cap 34 million. All right, up 30% on the day. So yeah, Jasmy's been doing very well ever since it reclaimed this level at 0.004. Right, got back above that, and that was the breakout, right? So now it's putting in some serious work on today's 30% candle. This thing is so down though, right? I mean, this is pretty significant. This is pretty significant because RSI starting to take off now too. Yeah, this is the start of a run here. I say it's significant because it's been going down only from the top over here in November. And if we take a date and time measurement, you know, this is 434 days of nothing but down. Now on the weekly chart, it's put in what's about to be 6 consecutive green weeks. So that's very strong. So yeah, Jasmy looking good here. The way that these 4-hour candles look, it looks like it wants to continue to pump. But I would be careful because it is a Sunday right now. You know, maybe we get a big, I wouldn't buy it now. Maybe we get a big volatile move and we sweep this low and then we reclaim it like this. And then you want to buy over here at the sweep. All right, so put 0.006 on your chart and wait for that. All right, we're going to take a look at quant. And then we're going to go ahead and start to wrap it up. What about Daffy token release? Definitely something to consider, you know, but we've seen how these token releases, etc. Yeah, I mean, they're going to sell everything in their token release. But Aptos, Optimism, OP, right? All horrible tokenomics too. They pump. So tokenomics aren't the end all be all, but they're important. And we got Marvin asking, what do you think about Shibarium? Yeah, bullish on Shib, Bone, the whole entire ecosystem happening over there. Yeah, Tintin, big announcement on Monday. I've been seeing that all over Twitter as well. Yeah, Harry, we covered LDO already. Mina is zero knowledge. It is. It is. EDG real quick. It's pretty interesting, huh? So this is pretty significant. This is a pretty significant looking price chart here. This thing is ready to explode. EDG. Edgeware, Tintin, thanks for the tip. Yeah, this thing is going to explode. That's the only thing I'm seeing here. Anybody else see that? Yeah. Save this one for later. But you know, this chart is kind of self-explanatory, but I'll explain it. Multi-year descending wedge. Broke out of the wedge. Now you have this support level from October 2022. It was support over here. Now it's resistance. Notice how price is struggling to break above that. However, every single time it makes a higher low. So now it's making an ascending triangle on the daily time frame, which is a breakout pattern. That's bullish. So yeah, this thing is going to explode. Now targets. Use these orange lines as your take profit levels for this breakout, but you got 140%, 244%, 600%, and 800% here. Before it starts getting back to the highs, if it goes to the highs from here, I need to do more research on this thing, but we're just going off the technicals here. But it's got a 30x to the highs, so that looks pretty good. Anyways, let's look at quant. That's EDG. So quant is an example of a broken parabola. All right, I was holding its orange parabola here. Then it started to break it, reclaimed, broke it. One last push higher, up to 160. Now it's back in the 130s. All right, so over here at 131, major support. So I would really expect that to hold again. But if it doesn't, maybe it comes back to 125, 123 over here. So if you buy anywhere between 130 and 125 in this area, you're probably going to do really well. But yeah, quant making a full retracement. And again, the Wednesday lows are over here at 135. Quant almost touching the Wednesday lows, but not quite. From here, it might pump up to some higher levels. But if you can get into this thing at 131 to 125, you'll be in very good shape in the future. Tintin says, I hope I topped up EDG at the bottom, approximately $3.5 million market cap. Easy back to 50 to 100 million market cap when dot projects come back. Yeah, very interesting. Definitely got to be patient for dot to make a comeback, because dot is it's a neglected ecosystem right here. But AB, that's EDG Edgeware. Yeah, real quick, GRT, only because I've been watching it. GRT over here, crushing, right? On the weekly, it had this level over here at 9 cents, got back above that. It's just putting in serious work right now. Yeah, just hit the target for this trade here, 12 cents. So you might see some profit taking up here. And on from Wednesday, this thing was at 8.3 cents. And it's one of the coins that are just running now. So I wouldn't chase it. Long-term bullish on the graph. But, your entry was down here at 9 cents. Now it's 12.5 cents. So expect some profit taking. Long way to go back up. A lot of multiples in it. So you're still early right now if this is an investment for you. But for a trade, you're too late for a trade. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and start wrapping up the live stream. We went live for a decent amount of time today, an hour 40. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you did, smash up that like button. We only have 80 likes, so that's pretty weak. So smash up that like button. I appreciate your support. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Now, if you are looking for a crypto exchange to go ahead and trade on, I would check out Bitget. Sign up with my link down in the description below, and you will get a ton of bonuses, including a nice deposit bonus. Right, so go ahead, sign up with my link down in the description below. I appreciate your support. If you want to get into the Crypto Empire inner circle, you need to do that by joining the Discord. You can find out all the information to join my Discord on my website, cryptoempireco.io. From there, hit the top where it says join Discord. Also, check out the other resources I put together, such as my course or some free resources over here on my website. Again, that is cryptoempireco.io. But regardless, I really appreciate everybody's support here for today's live stream. Again, the streaming schedule is as followed: Tuesday and Thursday mornings, and then Sunday afternoon Eastern Standard Time. So tune into the streams. Hit the bell notification icon so that you are notified as soon as I do go live or when I post a regular video. Join the free Telegram group as well. Link down in the description below to join. But anyways, enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. If you're over there on the other side of the world, Australia, New Zealand, Asia, whatever, have a great Monday. Have a great week. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy the stream. Another exciting week in crypto coming up. Again, Bitcoin, our sweet spot on the chart. I'll show you that real quick. Just for anybody maybe tuning in right now. For BTC over here, expecting a 10 to 15% pullback approximately. Support still holding down here at 22,760, but for BTC, looking for somewhere between $21,250 to $21,500 for that pullback. That lines up with a lot of Fibonacci levels. That's around 13% from the peak, so that would make sense. Anyways, I'll keep everybody updated. Join my free Telegram group and check out the Discord if you are interested in that. But anyways, guys, have an amazing rest of your weekend. Enjoy your Sundays. Thank you all for being here. My name is Connor from Crypto Empire.